Yes, it's Wednesday night. It is the Pegasus show live, and the England Lionesses are through to the finals of the Women's World Cup, or soccer, for those of us, for those of you who live in the States. So at least the women football actually do something that the men football team can't do. But then again, we're still stuck with the same old baloney that Scopely still can't actually run a proper game where we're still having some minor issues. I mean, it's not as bad as last month, but it's definitely still, at that point, isn't it? Good evening, everyone, and welcome into the Pegasus Show. I'm your host, Admiral Pegasus, and I do apologise for last night. Like I said, it was a bit last minute. My son wasn't particularly too well. We, despite the fact that we are chasing up the pathway for autism and ADHD for him, we now suspect that he has epilepsy. So just to add that into the mix, but hey ho, there it goes. On tonight's show, as you can see, we've got Voyager currently flying home. Yes, well, she's actually flying. You don't know where she is until now. I've just told you, which obviously she's heading home. Ready for recrewing and sending out to go hunt some silver blood. And yes, we're going to do it. We are going to go hunting for some Borg. Yes, so I have at least one trip available, and I have 6 summons available. So we've got a bit to play with tonight. So jumping straight into chat, then we've got Pets and Kay. Good evening, guys, and welcome into the stream. So anybody who wants to drop a message in chat, by all means do so. Also, the super chats and super stickers are available should you wish to apply one. But enough of all that. Let's get into the game. So how is everyone doing today? Anybody Juicy's stream earlier? I tried to listen into as much of it as I could. Hey, John, welcome in, bud. And thank you for becoming a member. I did notice that a few days ago. Obviously, I wanted to announce it on the live stream as well, as that's because obviously I'm communicating with you guys rather than just putting a quick thank you for becoming a member. So thank you very much. So yeah. Now, also, I did, England only made it to the finals thanks to our Dutch coach. Now, Kay, why does that not surprise me in the slightest? I mean, in all honesty, right, if we were going to have a British... Yes, I use the term loosely as well, because they don't these people don't particularly like to be known as British. But if we had a British manager, I would definitely have gone with Alex Ferguson. Yes, Alex, for those of you who don't know, he was originally the manager, the long-time manager of Manchester United, what was, at the time of under his tenure, one of Britain's top teams. Obviously, since Fergie left, Man United went downhill massively. And no, I am not a Manchester United supporter. I'm actually an Arsenal supporter from North London. Hey, yeah, I don't live anywhere near London. But anyway, so a Dutch manager in charge of the Lionesses. Well, that doesn't surprise me in the slightest. I think it was a Swede who got in the men's football team up to one of their best tournament progressions since 1966. So, and that was Eric Ferguson. Oh no, hang on, we got to the semi-finals of Euro 96, because if I remember correctly, and I'm sorry if this brings up any hurt, Kay, is it 4-1 in Euro 96 or something like that? I remember being on holiday and we actually had some Dutch campers with us, and they actually congratulated us that evening. So it was nice of them, and obviously no hard feelings. John, you're Scottish and would hate England winning the World Cup. You never heard the end of it after 66. Yeah, you probably won't, mate. I'm not even going to bring up the Scottish football team's record, because I know you guys would love it to be a lot better than what it is. So, but I do feel for you guys that you've not got as far as England. I mean, to be honest, Wales hasn't still got as far, or neither's Northern Ireland. Oh, you hate football, DK? You never win anything decent. Well, I don't know. I mean, beating the Germans will probably be actually, a good few years ago, would probably said the best way around it. Now, I've just realised I've not actually started the music yet. Normally, I got that on straight from the get-go. So obviously big shout out to approaching Navara on Spotify, who's providing the music today. So yeah, now obviously you are going to see like the green screen on my wall here, because obviously with YouTube they don't actually do the chroma key to blend in. So I'm sat in my chair and obviously got this adjusted, ready for me recording videos where I will be stood up in the future. So Voyager is home, so let's get it changed to some decent, well, a decent loadout. So now I will just say what I'll show you what crew I do use. Yes, Kate, I actually do agree with players do focus on their own brand, and it is probably more about how much they can actually earn rather than actually playing football. I mean, I think there's a couple of players who do enjoy playing football for football's sake, and that's Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. Obviously, two European players. Portuguese, and is Messi Spanish or is he Italian? I can't remember which one. But obviously, I know they are pretty damn good. But I would hope that I have seen reports in the press of Ronaldo doing some community stuff, so which is always good to see. But obviously, you don't hear much of most footballers these days actually doing it. Hey, Darren, welcome. He's Argentinian, is he? Ah, right. On the autism stuff, my son has ongoing issues in his life. Love him to bits regardless. They find their way in life. Yeah, they usually do. I mean, my son's certainly trying to find his own. But it'd be nice if he didn't lash out at us quite a lot. But we understand that is just it's just part of it, because obviously they don't understand what I'm trying to be gentle and think about what I say, so people don't mistake me as harsh or inhuman. But most normal people, yeah, Einstein was autistic. So I was wondering who you was on about when you stated that. Hey, Borg, welcome in, and Harmonica. Do the English have Lucky Charms cereal? That's what you're enjoying at the moment. Lucky Charms. We used to have a cereal called Lucky Charms, and it did actually have the little leprechaun in his green outfit on the box. But I haven't seen it on the shelves in quite some time. Hey, Dave, welcome into the stream, buddy. So, but right, so obviously we're setting up the crew. Now I'm just trying to remember who oh yeah, that's who I need. The other two up this end. So right, so I need Kang, yeah, whatever, and Gorkin. So obviously this is the crew I'm going to be used. Obviously, for 5 of 11, as we normally know, it will be for the loot increase, and obviously for her mitigation boost as well. Obviously, without any synergy, yeah, it's not as high as we'd normally do it. Hull breach as well, with the form of Gorkin to basically increase that critical damage by that 1.5%. Something like that. I'm still trying to get my head around it, hence the reason why I've not done a video explaining Hull breach yet. And then obviously we've got Kang as well, who increases accuracy as well. So this is a good loadout for taking on those 8472. Now, obviously, you don't necessarily have to use this. A crew you have seen me using as well is there with the Mantis and DQ was Giorgio 5 and Tal. Put Gush on the side, go deeper, get more loot for someone. Yeah, don't worry, Harmonica, we are going to look at that. I've got 6 summons available, so we're not going to spend them all in the first run, but I will look at that particular loadout. I saw Rev using it. I'm just trying to think. Oh, he had Neelix on the other side, didn't he? As well. Because he got because he's obviously unlocked Neelix. And for all intents and purposes, as much as we was all thinking that Neelix was going to be pretty crap, especially given the fact that his burning ability was deactivated in conjunction with Tal. Yeah, it turns out Neelix is actually going to be a lot more beneficial to you on Voyager than we actually first thought. It was actually quite intriguing just to watch that video from what the bits and bobs I caught. Because obviously Rev dropped that video yesterday. I was in A&E with my son, so I quickly watched it over last night when we got home. We got home around about midnight here in the UK, so pretty much the time the stream would normally be ending anyway. And I was just like sat here in my chair with my son in my bed. Obviously, I kept him with me last night, and I was trying to watch that video. He's like, yeah, in that. So I've got it saved in my YouTube, ready for me to rewatch when I actually get round to it. So, but yeah, obviously, Grush is going to give us that extra warp range as well. I mean, let me just, I don't know. So let's actually just put Grush on, and I'm going to take off actually Gorkin on this one. So let's see what my warp range has gone up with now Voyager. Oh, it's gone up to 322. So that's actually a nice boost. So I can get very far in G5 space. So let's just go up to the Delta Quadrant and see what we can actually see up there. How far we can actually push Voyager. Now, obviously, I've not taken on one of these high-level hostiles before. So right, so 320. So if we start with that one, obviously, right, so we can't reach that one. 405. So let's use a little bit of logic here. Go to there. No, it's 345. So that's as far as we can go. And if we bring up its warp range, it's warp 285. So that's actually not particularly too bad. Obviously, sending it up there. It's a level 44 system. So let's actually go have a look at this system and see what we've actually got there. Now, it's going to take Voyager a little bit, 6 minutes just to get there. So now, for those, I'm just trying to think now. Now, we will be journeying to Masalip later on as well, where we're going to go Borg hunting in there, because obviously they're going to release the spheres or the cubes that's going to drop us some commerce insignia, and also in their chest, the loot chest, apparently it's got some faction messages as well. I think you can reach that without Grush, T2 Voyager, max warp range, and research. No, I can only as far as I can go with a T3 Voyager is as far as this system. Unfortunately, Grush is giving me one hell of a boost. I will say that. I'm just trying to think. Standard warp range. Yeah, I'm around about 235, I think, because I've been doing some missions out in deep Klingon G5 space today as well. This is where I finally added Grush. Reckon getting the next system will double your loot. Huge difference. Yeah, I bet it will. No, I'm not at that particular one. I know which one you're on about. Now, so if we just jump in there, it might actually be one I throw in tomorrow during the research changeover, because I'm slow going through my research in a minute. I'm leaving R&D where it is Galaxy Tree and Enhanced Warp Cores. So yeah, at the minute I can't get it because I don't have R&D 46. But as soon as I get it, obviously I will get that. I will be getting that into upgrading. But if we go back out at the minute and we click, as you can see, I've not got enough materials. I've actually been spending some rare gas, which was a rare thing for me to do, pun intended. So yeah, that's knocked my reserves down, which is good for me. 285. 285 actually might be my warp range. What we'll do is we'll have a look when Grush is finished doing what he's doing. But yeah. Yeah, 285 does actually sound about right for where I am right now. Because like I said, I've got a tier 3 Voyager. And I can't remember what percentage he's giving me. He's giving me a 15% increase. So yeah, I'm at 285. Yeah, I'm at 285, and that's with a tier 3 Voyager. So so yeah, that's all lovely bubbly. Obviously, making my way slowly to tier 4, and then I'll park at tier 4 for a little bit and build up some of the stuff. Yes, the superhighways are nice. Obviously, they do take some of the time off. No, there's no need for Grush to get to level 40s, but I do actually want to take on the one level 44 system and see what we can actually do. And I think what we'll do is we'll do a bioship in the 44s, then we'll go back to the 40s, and then we'll have a quick look at the reward difference between the two. So it's just a shame they haven't developed some sort of like wormhole drive for these ships yet. But oh yeah, as well, if obviously any of you have noticed on the Discord as well, I've been posting screenshots of all the SMSs that are running, and obviously today seems to be like an SMS overlay. It's like, whoa, we've got how many today? So the 44 is 285. Yeah. Okay, so something's not right then, because I've not been able to reach the 44s. Hence the reason why they are still locked. So before we have a quick look at today's events, if we jump back out there. So as you can see, I've not even got these systems unlocked yet. So what's that? That's 285. And that's 285. So yeah, if I've got a 285 engine, I should be able to do it. Yeah, I'll have to have a look at that when we get back to dock and offload all this lovely loot that we're about to gather. So now, obviously, I forgot to mention about the lower decks as well. Obviously, I'm using Hugh for the critical chances increase, and also using the Doctor to help increase my loot. So, oh, it's a blue system. We have a blue system, so let's get rid of that and that. Let's have it. So, okay, so they're all 43s in here. And they are 127, and they're dropping 269 loot. Unless you have the T3 warp engine. Yeah, I've got the T3 warp engine done. So, right, so good. So there's nobody else in the system. So here comes our first one. So now where... Oh, there he is. So let's have a quick look then. So he's dropping us 717 biotoxins, but obviously with 5 of 11 and the Doctor on giving me that complete 75% increase, I could be looking around about 1300 if I'm right, if I'm doing the maths off the top of my head correctly. So obviously you're getting the 10 points for the Q's trials, and quite handily dealt with that. Wow, I'm actually shocked of how easy we dealt with that. So yeah, 1369, so that's not particularly too bad. So what we'll do then is we'll jump back to the system I normally go to, which is a 225 system. So that's going to be a couple of minutes. And then what we'll do is we'll jump to FSEP next. Now, oh, I don't think I did get a loot chest, did I, from that 8472? No, I didn't get a loot chest. So, but hang on, how many rounds did it actually take me to beat it? That'd be an interesting one. How many rounds does it take to beat these 8472? Cheers, Monica. So this actually took 5 rounds to do. So luckily we kept it under that 8 rounds. Kang's obviously doing his job. So not bad. Okay, so that's fair dues then. Nice little start. And we still got a fly. So now I know I can actually take that on, which is always a bonus. Oh, you gotta love these warp ranges. So, as we're in week 2 now, how is everyone feeling about the arc so far? I've noted that some people in RevStream were also saying that they're actually bored, and I know exactly how they feel because I'm bored. With the exception, obviously, today we've actually got more SMSs to do, but I really do feel at the minute that like the loot's really coming slowly this month, and I'm getting a little bit concerned that we're not going to hit the average of 400,000. But I mean, anything's possible. I mean, I know for fact I'm not going to because of the FT acquiring SMS, which is a little bit awkward. I would have thought Scopely would come up with something a little bit more imaginative. Yeah, I'm the same, Monica. I can't do it. Oh! We best get one of these. We best get one of these while we've got the opportunity. So I'm never going to turn down these things. But you'll get your second Meridian. Yeah. I take it you've got all the officers then, Kay. And still no blooming chests from those freighters. Still no chests. How typical. So let's jump in here and summon it in. This one's giving us a raw, if I could just piss and select it, 586. So that's 14 on top of 17, 21, 31, 131 raw difference between those two. Now, obviously, each target has a slightly different amount of biotoxin. No, but I never get enough to unlock any officer. Oh, dear. I hope they add rare ACC stuff. No, they won't. Sadly to say, they will not add any of that stuff. Because it is way too viable. Aha! We've got a chest. This is what I wanted with this one. So the bioships then. So we walked away with that one as 1119. So yeah, so that's about what, 250 difference there with the loot boosts. So I'm quite happy with that one. And apparently no chest found. Now I might be wrong, but I'm sure I saw a chest appear on the main log. And obviously these only go 3 rounds. You'll probably spend on the pylon, cloaking shards, so that we can get it. Yeah, absolutely. If that's what you want to do, buddy, then I would. I've actually come to the conclusions now, unless, yeah. So I'm seeing a chest here on this, telling me that I've actually got a chest for it. Obviously go in here and this, and apparently I don't have a chest. Something's not right there. But then again, what do we expect? Yeah, it's going to be in the inventory. And so if we call that up, there it is. But the problem is, obviously I wanted to claim it from the battle log. So now what you normally get in these chests, and if you haven't already figured it out, is you'll get That wasn't what I was expecting. That was not what I was expecting. What I was expecting actually was the tokens to go to this system. And it was these. Now, obviously, I've got enough here to actually enter the system anyway. But let's just do it. Let's just head to that system. But I wasn't. The 8472 are supposed to be dropping them. So now maybe it's going to be just the 8472 that's actually flying around in this system. So there's only a chance to get Borg tokens. Yeah, it's only a chance to get that. I'll say so. I've never noticed that with the other chests from the 8472s. So, but it's kind of gutting, really, the fact that that's happened. But hey ho, it just means that we only get the one shot at this. So, and in a minute we should find out. We should get a look at these Borg cubes. And what I'll probably do, providing there's nobody else in this system, I might just run around the system. He opened a trader one and got a trait. I bet Rev was absolutely loving that one. You gotta love it when Scopely's RNG actually hits us while we're streaming. It's like, yeah, we're gonna get this, and then suddenly just something else is like, okay. So that wasn't quite what we expected. But yeah, I just definitely wasn't expecting 3,000 officer XP. You get better XP going to Tiger Core. So it's just a shame I can't go grinding there at the minute because I'm working on my Klingon rep to try and get the Trilock done. But that Trilock's still bloody months away from being done. I'm not far. I'm probably about a couple of weeks off getting glorified with the Klingons. So right, so here we go. So we have some nice little hostiles in here of all three classes. Assimilated scouts, apparently. And these are dropping broken parts. Well, I suppose that's not particularly too bad, considering that the lower system was just dropping resources. How far am I rep? I'm actually quite close. Factions. And if these bloody lag will catch up, if we look at this, as you can see, I've only got 59 million to go before I get to glorified with the Klingons, and then obviously be working on, hey Nuts, welcome in buddy, and then obviously working on getting it up to distinguish slowly, but I'd be able to start working on my Federation credits again finally by doing the Federation dailies, killing feds, to keep my my reputation low, because I don't want to be getting too far in and then ending up having to do a lot more G5 stuff before I'm actually ready for it. So obviously all these ships here are going to drop the specific broken parts. I mean, what was that? 485 for that one. 415. That actually seems quite a reasonable level. So obviously if you can head here and grind a load of these out, it's going to give you a fair whack to actually do. One thing is, Kate, it's not a race. You take your time, work your way through it slowly. So I mean, I do try and keep up with Rev Juice if I can. But I know for a fact at the minute he's going to shoot off ahead of me again, even though we're both on the same ops level. But obviously he's got 2 rares now, whereas I haven't even got 1 yet. But it's a perfectly good time for me just to work on my faction stuff. And here we go. So it's an assimilated data cube. This is it. Wow, look at that thing. So it's got an ability on it. Isolatic damage is reduced by 10% when in combat with an explorer. So that's going to be a good one. Get get on an Explorer. Rev spends too much to keep up with, or he gets much free. He sometimes gets the ships, the new specialty ships, to showcase. Wow, look how much damage that's done to Voyager. That's absolutely battered me. Absolutely battered me. So now we've got no chest with that one, so that's a bit of a butt ache. No cargo gained. Okay. That's weird. That's not what I was expecting. And the downside is, I mean, at least we've only gone 6 rounds. The downside is I won't be able to come back into the system tonight. So that's a bit of a ball ache. I suppose having a hull breach on there would have probably benefited me a bit better. Well, we must have received some cargo, because I guarantee when we've got 5,135 in the hold, we didn't get that many biotoxins from 2 8472 ships. Yeah, exactly. No, so you just play the game at your level. So, and that's all I'm doing at the minute, is I'm just working my way through. Oh, okay, so we got a pile of relics. Yes, they will be from that freighter I killed, won't they? So, yeah. So that would explain the 5,000. So, I do. I'm the most patient player there is. I'd rather farm for something over 100 days than spend 100 euros. Yeah, I don't blame you, mate. I literally don't blame you. So I would just farm it out as well. So right. So let's go after that battleship. It should blow me up. And then obviously we can go back to the... Oh, better yet, we could actually kill it. Not what I was expecting. So we'll go after that. Get some broken parts while we're here. Just looking for the quick way back to the base. So we found our Borg cube. We got sweet bugger all out of it. I don't think that's the way they're meant to be, but that's what we've ended up with. A little bit annoyed with that one. But then again, do we expect anything different? Come to think of it, actually, how powerful was that cube? I know it's firing nearly 500,000 shots. Data cube. Alright, so it's only 131 million. It's an interceptor. So Kang has definitely helped there. Definitely. Ah, goody, we're dead. So let's just bang out the repairs. And then, so just to prove we can't get back there. Sorry. Yeah, I think I will, Kate. I will submit a ticket on that one because I'm sure they're supposed to drop loot. Where's the cube? In this particular system here, if I just cancel that. So if you go to this one, you'll have to do a summon, but you will need some of these to actually get there. You'll need about 100. So, and obviously, as you can see, it says you acquire them by beating 8472s. Now, I'm just actually going to put in the CC's Discord asking if we should actually get anything. These Borg data. Cancel that a second. Cancel that so I can just see. So, right, so I've just put that in there. So, hopefully at some point I'll get an answer. Why are you using a crew with the warp on it? Because I was actually flying out to see how far we could actually get, and to be honest, we actually killed an 8472 with Grush on the ship, so I'm quite happy with that. So now let's see if we can find some of these silver bloods. Now, obviously, I'm limited on how many warp tokens I've got. No, they wouldn't. That's the other thing. Nobody would ever hunt them if they drop nothing. So it really does not make any sense on that one. So I can just tell Scopy, if you want to see the problem in action, how about you check out my stream, because it's there live. Right, so DJ's just actually answered my question. Right. So what happens is they drop scout messages, but they don't go into your ship inventory, so they don't go into your cargo hold, but rather directly into your inventory, or should we say inventory in here, pretty much like the Armada loot does. So obviously when you beat your Armadas, you're going to get the credits, so they drop straight into here. So that is what these messages do. Now, instead of knowing how many messages you're going to get, I suppose you've got to sort of add up. Right, well, I can tell you now, I only had 12 to 1400 Federation messages. 12 to 1400. That's all I had. Well, that's telling me now and then the commerce insignias are an RNG chest that it might drop, it might not. So, out of that Borg cube then, I would approximate around about 1,600 faction messages as an educated guess. Now, given the fact that I'm also got some for the Klingons, I can't remember how many I had for the Klingons, but I didn't have enough to do a Klingon message pull from here. So it's 1,200 there. So if we go to the Klingon messages in here, if we can find them. Right, so it's 600 Romulan messages. So that's fine then. So I didn't have enough to do that. So Romulan messages, I'm looking at around about 300-400. So 300-400. So we're going to pull that. And then Federation, I'm guessing I didn't get any because obviously the Federation is the Klingon messages, isn't it? So yeah. So I didn't get any. I didn't get anything to do the Federation one. I didn't get any Klingon messages, but I definitely got Federation messages, which obviously is going to give me the opportunity to pull the Romulan one for at least 3 days. So that's actually not too bad. But again, yeah. In all honesty, the cubes are probably not worth going after. So that's interesting. Very interesting. Kind of annoying at the same time. So, right. Right, there isn't another rare node in here. So, now, oh my god. Seriously? We have 2 miners in the system? Oh. I'm going to leave them be because I really can't be bothered to fight them right now. So, let's do a summon. We got one! We actually got a silver ball. Here it comes. I don't think I'm going to get the loot in time. Here we go. So that's what we're getting. So we're getting some relics and we're getting some biotoxins out of it. Oh, no we're not. We got deaded. We got deaded. Perhaps maybe I should have put my damage crew back on. Maybe. How much damage did we do? Oh, right. Yes, of course. Now, if I'm right, I've only got one more opportunity to do this because of the warp tokens. And isolated defense is reduced 12% when in combat of an explorer. Right. So. Right. We need to work this out. How best to do it. Now, I know Rev mentioned it in a Twitch stream and everything, but obviously I've not watched that Twitch stream. So, let me think. What crew can we use? So, maybe that. We've got the defense stats. So, before we go anywhere, because apparently, from what I've heard about these things, 5 Lorca Khan. Yeah, but from what I've heard, with these things, you've got to strip the shields. Now, if we actually look, this thing took no hull damage. It was all shield damage. So, my thinking would be Marcus for stripping the shields. Obviously, we only went 7 rounds. Let's have a look at the... You use 5. Yeah, I've got 5 on the bridge. I'm keeping it on the bridge because I want the increased loot. So, we dealt... on these 2 shots here, a 3 million... basically, around about 3 million each. But nothing went to the hull. It obviously mitigated a certain amount. Right. But absolutely nothing went to the hull. The shields are extremely strong. So let's have a quick look at these shields. Right, so his hull is incredibly weak at 43 million. You also use Geordie. Yeah, I'm against this Silver Blood Voyager. I'm not going to. Tal, no. 7 rounds with 7 rounds, it's not enough to actually go 7 rounds. I won't strip enough of his hull. If at all, actually, to be perfectly honest, if at all. So what you've got to do is you've got to get through these shields first. And at 247 million shields, yeah, I think Marcus would probably be the best bet on this one. Now, obviously, I'm putting Kirk on as well to proc morale. So let's go back. Obviously, take the 7-hour flight to get there. Oh, it's only 4 minutes. That's not too bad. So that's kind of interesting to say the least. So now I do have isolated damage when it comes to using an explorer with morale. Kirk is going to proc my morale, so that's going to give me morale working for quite a bit. So how right? So 80 chance to proc morale for 2 rounds. So that's going to give me isolated damage for at least 2 rounds. His loot boost only works on Armadas. Yeah. You need the newest Romulyan officer, I think. It's Tal, he strips the hull. Yeah, that's what Nuts has just said, Borg. The problem is with Tal, 7 rounds is not really enough to strip a lot of the hull. And bearing in mind that 43 million hull is actually not an awful lot. I mean, if we actually go into mine and we click on here, my hull is 416,000. So, but then again, I'm only 6 million. This thing's like 156 million. So, 43 million hull for something on the power strength of a G5 ship is a little bit weak, but it's mostly shields. You use 5 Talon Nero. Yeah, I say that's fine. Yeah, even I've noticed on K, he's no use against the 8472. And going 7 rounds against this Silver Blood, Tal hasn't got enough. I mean, if we actually look at it, if Tal actually worked, and the one thing is I'll do a video based on this, but I'm going to need some more warp tokens first. We've gone 7 rounds. Now, if Tal procs, obviously I'm good. Hey, Damien, welcome in, buddy. If Tal procs, obviously the burning officer has to proc as well. So 7 rounds with Nero, it doesn't. Burning doesn't start until the ship is hit. Then Max Nero is 50-50. So Giorgio is your best burning officer, because if she procs at the beginning of the first round, you've got Tal straight in on the first round without too much for definite. And then obviously he'll strip 5 as a bottom 5% off the hull each time. So that's just 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35% off the hull. That's all that's gone. So yeah, not really big numbers. 35% and 43. It works. Okay, so I take it you've done the Silver Blood target, Nuts, because that's what we're going after right now. We've got one more chance to do this. One more chance. So now, I didn't do too bad with the shields. They were nearly down. I think I was down to about 15% shields on it. So yeah, just a little bit longer and we might be able to do it. But come to think of it, wasn't I already damaged? No, I wasn't, was I? I did have full hull. So... Oh, it's still sat there. It's still sat there. So I don't have to waste any summering. Yeah, he does start in round 1, but again, like I said, he's got a 50% chance of proccing when he's maxed out. But it needs to be... the ship needs to be hit first. Whereas Giorgio, excuse me, starts at the beginning. So... Oh, we have an announcement come in. And we've beaten it. We've beaten it this time. We have... Oh my god, I barely took any damage. I barely took any damage. Wow. Oh, hang on a minute. Marcus doesn't strip shields. What? Maintenance? Okay. So 17th of August. So that's tomorrow. Tomorrow, the game is going to be down for 3 hours and it starts at 10 a.m. UK time. So it is 20 past 10 now here in the UK. Kate, how come you're saying 9 o'clock in the evening? Yeah, Yuki Strip Shields. Hi, Joseph. Welcome in. The only thing I can think of is this thing didn't recharge its shields. It's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, shield piercing, that's it. 11 a.m. Yeah, because I've got 10 a.m. here on my screen. So that's literally in around 12, just under 12 hours time. Okay, it's eco. It's eco. That's all I'm going to say. It doesn't proofread to begin with. So, right. Now, the problem is if I leave the system... Oh, I don't know why I've just come out there because I want to be in there. So, we got relics and biotoxins. Again, we've got no loot chests. Replay your battle log to see if its shields were already damaged. I mean, given the fact that we got through the shields fairly easily, I'd have to say, yeah. Now, I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to take a chance here. Oh, no, I don't want the node. So if there's a rare node, I'd bloody jump straight on it. Now, apparently, we should also get something else. So let's have a look at this. No, we got relics. I'm not even sure what that was off. We've not killed anything else. So can we get... Oh, okay, so it looks like we're not going to find any more right now. Which is a shame, really. Because I was hoping that we could actually find a second and go after it. Its firing pattern. Try moving your ship and try again. Okay, let's move. So we'll go over there. So the firing pattern for the Silver Voyager then. So we've got a double shot off the first gun. Then its second gun gives us a 3-shot. And then there's got 2 other guns. One that fires once every 2 rounds. One that fires every 3 rounds. So there we go. So we've got another double shot. Another triple shot. Okay, so we're not going to be firing that round. So round 3 is where we get the next one. Wow, that's firing some big shots. So there's 4 shots on that one. And then there's a big gun. Wow. Absolutely smashed my shields with a 7 million shot. Wow. That is big. Very big. Absolutely smashed my shields to shreds. And then it'll most likely fired. Yep, Here we go, another 4 million straight at my ship. But the hull took it. And then, unfortunately, it just couldn't hold out much longer. So, So I think we definitely want to get it before, get as much damage in as quickly as possible. Nope, still nothing. I just don't want to leave the system yet. Do I have you? I always have you, Nuts. Always. He never leaves Dock A. Minor node. Yeah, let's try that. Let's try that. I mean, there might be a cooldown time for these Silver Bloods. So, if there is, then obviously it'll be a case of just like sit here for God knows how long and wait. Janeway is due to arrive next Tuesday. And yeah, I will throw that in there. No. So yeah, I'm guessing we're not gonna get it yet. Yeah, probably. Wow, I've got 1 million of them already. I can't go back out. I can't go out and then come back in. Oh, right. I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Just give me a second. Yep, here we go. We have it. Oh. No, it just delayed. So, right. If you just excuse me, guys, I just need to nip to a little boy's room. I shall be back in a minute. All right, sorry about that, guys. All right, I just wanted to check on my son as well, make sure he was all right. Obviously, given everything that happened yesterday. So, now, don't know what that would have done. Let's have a look. Nope. Okay, so it looks like these things are going to have a little bit of a cooldown. So just quickly catch up on chat. Haven't gone into game. What is with this hostile Voyager? It's an Easter egg. It is an Easter egg, Joseph. So it's nice of Scopy to actually do this. I didn't know nothing about it until I saw it posted in Discord. In the player achievements by Shades 3000. So obviously he's gone up against one. In fact, let me see if I can find out what crew he was using. No, it wasn't that. He didn't post it in the Discord. He sent it to me directly. Right, here we go. So, oh no, he did actually use tile and it did strip. Okay, so Nuts, I owe you an apology. I do owe you an apology. And the rewards should be... Thank you. 5 tile GG. Yeah, or Nero. So, Voyager Refinery. But I've not got it. I've not got it. So, what you're supposed to get there is you're meant to get some Voyager travel tokens, which look like the warp cells that we've got, and you get a refund on your canisters as well. But it's supposed to be here in the Voyager Refinery. So I've got a little way I can try and test that. No need, Nuts. What do you mean no need? Let's reset the game, see if we can actually do it. So yes, so that should be interesting. Oh yeah, we can certainly go through the transport patterns as well. Oh, hello. Oh, somebody moving in as well. Right. Yeah, right. So we're definitely not going to find another one. So, yeah, I think this is going to have to be one where we gonna have to try again in like a few hours. So let's find out how long ago we destroyed that. Oh, okay, buddy. No, but it's just polite of me to apologise because obviously you were saying tiles work, and I was being a little bit dismissive of tile. So obviously I do want to apologise for that. So we're looking at 18 minutes ago we killed that thing, but we summoned it nearly half an hour ago. So I'm going to leave Voyager where it is for now, and we'll jump over to the... Why have I just gone to the refinery? I do not know. Oh yeah, I wanted to see if that thing's turned up, but it hasn't. I mean, maybe it'll turn up tomorrow. I don't know. Or maybe it doesn't always drop. I don't know. So if we jump over to the recruit section then and go into the recruits and across to... don't want that. So click that while we're here. Okay, as well for the free battle pass this month, Karnak has dropped a quiz. So, but there's only a couple of hours left to do it. In fact, actually, about 20 minutes, actually. So, right, okie dokie. That's absolutely fine. So we've got that. So let's go do that. I have literally not been bothered with these mission keys this time round. Yay, another quark. Just what I've always wanted, another quark. So, now I'm not going to be able to get all 6 officers in my screen because obviously me being on a phone, I'm not as privileged as the other content creators who have PCs. So, obviously they will get to display 6. I can only display 4. So, we have Divana Tindy, Geordie LaForge, Picard, Broccoli, 4 of 11, and Deanna Troy. Now, I'm going to give you my opinion on these particular 6 officers. So, needless to say, Deanna, waste, 4 of 11, absolutely useful. Broccoli, useful, below deck on your mining ships. Picard, I don't use him that often as a PvE. Geordie, I never use. Divana Tindy, absolutely, definitely, no questions asked, is going to be an officer that you're going to want, obviously primarily for her below deck ability. Now, as you can see, I'm only 30 shards away from actually getting her up to the next tier, and I currently stand at 100% hull health boost. Now, her bridge officer's ability is pretty much a throwaway ability. Having that 10% boost to the health of all officers is what it is. It's 10%, but it's like, is it really going to change your game? Is it really going to add too much? 100% is tier 1. Might only tier 1. I thought... Oh, yes, she might only be tier 1. No, mine's tier 2. Mine is tier 2.
No, it's my new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5. It unfolds and stands upright to take hands-free pics. Useful.
No, I'm at 100%.
Flip side to buy the Galaxy Z Flip 5 from Samsung.com. Get up to 5%
I'm at 100%,
off when you trade in your
which is obviously what it's showing. That's for tier 2. So don't worry. So, oh, hello. I didn't see hidden a message for me to authorize there. If I'm not so sorry, mate. I don't know what that is, but it looks like it was some sort of image or something. But it's just come up on my board as a box with a cross in the middle. So, but yeah. So 10% officer health for tier 2. Woo! Not exactly big figures as I was saying. So is it really going to improve your game having that extra 10%? Well, yeah, I suppose in a way you could. You promoted Tindy, Barclay, Picard, and Beckett. Yeah, Beckett I've been working on for the weapon damage. I wanted to get her up to max. But obviously now they've dropped Tindy in there. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be focusing on Mariner, Beckett as much. I'm definitely going to be looking at sorting out Tindy. Riker, yeah. In all honesty, right, I'm not rushing Riker because to me the ability for Riker is his captain's ability. Well, yeah, 100%. Now, yeah, that does boost with a 20% on one side, another 20 on the other. And then, yeah, I don't use him in PvE against Federation hostiles, neither. So it's like, yeah, to me, yeah, he's great for Armadas, doing increasing that damage. Given the fact it stacks on top of itself for every single round, which is a brilliant boost. I've got 18,000 at the minute, so it's only enough to do about 10 shards. But as you can see at the minute, is I've already got enough to promote Riker to the next tier, but I'm not in any particular rush to promote him. He's not for me the best. Your Tindy's tier 3 and is 135%. See, now that to me is infinitely more valuable. 135% to hull health. Can't gripe. She is going to be a fantastic one when you do get her maxed out, and obviously really boosting up those that hull. So yeah. Now next up is Jordi LaForge. Now again, you can use him in PvE against Klingon hostiles and Armadas, and as a captain, he will give you a boost to loot from Armada targets. So now, obviously, if you got good enough ships and you really wanted to, you can use them on the solo Armadas, Cardi Armadas, and all the other types of Armadas. But again, you want the officer. Use the officer to beef up their stats. Which officer are you on about, Nuts? I don't know if you was typing that while I had Tindy on screen. But yeah, so for me, Jordi, yeah, if you really want if you want that loot, then yeah, crack on, get him, and get him tiered up, and obviously it will boot. That 50% will work on synergy on either side. I'm not sure what the percentages are, but yeah, to me, yeah, he's not making me rush to go get him, in all honesty. So next up, Picard, obviously forming all of them. Oh yeah, you do want to get them to boost up your stats of your ships in total. So there's no questions about that. But the one thing is there's only so much you can do as a free-to-play player. Now, if you're prepared to spend a lot of money in the game, then by all means you can max out as many of them as you so wish. But yeah, looking on a free-to-play side, you got to be a little bit more picky about who you choose. But no, so I'm working on maxing all my officers. I did a crash bash on Zhao because I noticed he wasn't tiered up, so I got him from 20 to level 30 in a run. So he was done because obviously he was once a good officer. Obviously not as much now. You have to beef up the numbers to increase your damage bonuses. Only if it says damage, like here, Picard's officer ability, increasing crit damage by 5%. Now, luckily, that will boost as you level him up. What that's going to go to when he's maxed out at tier 5, I can't say, but I should think pretty high. Obviously, synergy either side is 100%. So that can give you a grand total of 220% effectiveness and boost for officer abilities that activate in combat. So yeah, that can be pretty damaging. But obviously, it's like, yeah, you're looking at the TNG crew for that high level synergy. Obviously, sticking in with Beverly will give you these approximate same effect as Pipe Moreau, but again, Beverly is reliant on stats below deck. The more defense stats you can stack with Beverly, the better she works, and she'll eventually outstrip Moreau anyway, who already maxes out your mitigation at tier 3. So next up is Broccoli. Money, that's what the faction store is all about. I buy the recruit tokens every day. No, I don't get those recruit tokens because I've got better uses for my faction credits at the minute, which is saving up to get my Newton and eventually Pylon. Not that bonus. Yeah. Okay, that's exactly what I'll be doing anyway. Because there's no targets in that system. If there's no targets in that system, as you've just witnessed, then it'll basically say there's no targets, and it will refund you the canisters for using that ability. So random, but if you're able to buy one fleet commander, which one you be? I'm looking at buying one of them, but can't decide which. Kirk will be the one I buy. Locutus would be my next one. Because of his tree. But what we can do is we can go over there. Yeah, Kirk and Spock you can get free if you really can't wait to get, depending on which one you got free. If you really can't wait to get the other one, then obviously buy him. But really, yeah. You've just unlocked Kirk today after having Spock. Only need 7 levels on the command center to use them both. Yeah, I think I need about 6 levels to do mine. Then blowing up your officer stats. Are you kidding? Who's going to drive if your officers are subpar? I don't know. I'm sure I could find somebody who's daft enough to drive the ship. So Wesley Crusher maybe. But yeah, but buying one, I'd probably say Locutus. But what we can do, is we can go on to the fleet commanders in a minute and actually have a look at them and see what we can actually conjure up from it. So Broccoli, obviously he's not going to be a captain. He's never fit to command. I mean, Jesus Christ. You can never think about any situation in the Next Generation where I'd even risk him in command of the ship. It was bad enough at one point he became a super nerd and took over the Enterprise. But yeah, 5% to all officers base defense as an officer ability. Yeah, again, to me, that's just another throwaway ability. It's like, really? But it's obviously better below deck, boosting your protected cargo for those who actually like to mine and yeah, just mine out. I mean, he sits on my ship, which is it's a miner with full protection, starting with DuPont as captain, 3 of 11 to Pring, and then I've got Broccoli below deck as well. So just to give me that maximum protection. So he's not one officer that I would say highly chase. I mean, 30% at tier 1. Yeah, it is what it is. Last night's strip's really catching up with me. But yeah, for avid miners, it could be a must-have to put below decks just to increase that 30%. I mean, keeping that extra 30% of your cargo is definitely worth it. Use broccoli on your Meridian. Yeah. Now, actually, also I remember you actually put the question broccoli. Broccoli ended up with Barclay ended up with the nickname Broccoli from Wesley Crusher in The Next Generation. Hello. Okay. Wesley Crusher gave him the Okay, so just a quick jump in here. The creator of Spock's Club has released a new feature. I know there was a feature. He's been working on a feature because he asked. Surprisingly, I managed to help him with this one. So, but until he makes a public announcement about it, but he has just said in our chat that he's just released a new feature. There is a YouTube video, but I'm not quite sure what's going on. So it looks like there is going to be a big update for Spock's Club. So just to make you aware of that one. Not quite sure when it's going to drop or if he's already dropped it or not, but I'm just waiting for him to finish typing. Your broccoli's at 45%. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a good few tiers. So all right, yes. So what yes, for Android. Right. So for those of you who are on Android, the creator of Spock's Club, Junbury, has dropped a new edition for mobile users. Basically, what it will do is you sync. I'll tell you what. I'll show you. So, if yes, you're going to see my screen a little bit. Right, where's Spock's head? There it is. So, when you go into Spock's Club, now obviously, I'll tell you what. We'll do a little rotation here. So, I do apologize for the screen changing when it loads up. If we ever get there, and I'm sat in the basement now. So, I'm going to move myself up. So, what you're going to see on a mobile version on the Android at the minute is you're going to see this thing at the bottom called Link Scopely ID. And basically what that's going to do, you enter your Scopely ID, your usual stuff. And then I would highly recommend resetting Spock's Club. So complete, once it's done, it's all complete, close it down. And then when you come back in, you'll be able to come into here. And instead of you entering all these details manually, it will automatically update everything from the officers. And now if we go into the managed research one as well, this is literally the mobile version. So if we go in defensive tactics, as you can see here, that's leveled up. Right, my son's just woken up. So Christ, just bear me 2 seconds. Thea, this way. Thea, this way. Oh, Thea. Oh, dear. All right, buddy. Here we go. Who's this? Sorry. So Oh, so it's my little boy. So obviously just woken up. So yeah, so basically you all your research and all that will be updated. Now obviously there's still only a limited amount of stuff that you can actually do in this. But right, just bear me a second, that's the missus. Oh. Oh. Right, so he's gone to lay with his mum. So that means I can carry on streaming for a bit. So yeah, so all your research will be updated in. Like I said, it's still limited on mobile, but this is a nice update for the Android. And obviously, big shout out to Jimbree for doing that for us. So, right, jumping back into the game then. We have 4 of 11. Obviously, increasing your cargo size and increasing the ore mining speed. To be honest, I don't use him for increasing my mining speed. I actually use him for increasing my cargo. Again, this is another one that you can also use for Voyager. Increasing its cargo hold, your amalgam for raiding, and things like that. So, he's definitely worth it. And he's definitely one that I would actually use. But like I say, he's on my ship where I've got max cargo running. So I've got him. I've got 2 of 11. I've got Ston, and I've also got Lalande below deck as well. All increasing my cargo size, and that's what I use for Voyager. And obviously with Voyager, I use Tuvok as well. So that increases that even further. And then obviously we've got Deanna Troi. Again, as you can see, I've got enough shards to send her up to next tier. To me, she's not holding a lot of worth for me. Increasing critical chance for Armada targets by 15%. That's actually pretty good. I will say that, considering that most chances are relatively on the lower side of the stats.
Sound good?
Okay. But then obviously again PvE, but this time against the Romulans. So yeah. So ideally it's like you can actually do Riker as Captain, Geordi and Deanna, and then you can literally flip between the 3 factions, so killing hostiles and armadas. But then again, you'd have to go back to your base to switch the various officers out if you wanted loot, critical chance, or pure damage. So to me, Deanna is not one I would consider as an up there officer. But again, it's down to each and every person's own preference when it comes to these officers. But if there's definitely one officer that I'm going to say make sure you level up as high as you can, is definitely going to be Tindy. So, but that's where I am. She's good for Cardi Armadas. Oh, that's good. Deanna's got a good use there then. I mean, especially given their critical damage. Making sure that your critical damage increases as well is a real godsend. Considering that Hugh doesn't actually work against Armadas, I'm still waiting to see if we're actually going to get an officer that will actually do that on the bridge rather than it just be a below deck ability. But anyway, so we've won something. What have we won? I don't recall doing anything to actually worth anything. Oh, it's a mission key, so I get an extra 100 bells and Oh, I see Alliance milestone. And 6 stack shards. Woohoo! Okay. Yeah, not bothered about it. Did you send it as a PM, Kay? Because I can't see it. Right. Yeah. I'll say it's. Oh, hello. I didn't want that. Let's see if we're going to get it this time. No, by the looks of it, we're not. So God knows what the cooldown time is on these things. But next time I get some more warp tokens, I can have a stab at it. Oh, here we go. We have the chest finally. So, oh, here we go. Message request. That's why it's not coming up. I need to go in. Right. Yeah, I will get that sorted out. I'd have to go through the stream when YouTube finally put it up. So the stream is going to stay private until I've actually gone through that. Well, thanks for making me aware of that, Kate. I will do something about. I will literally just pull the stream down. Well, I won't let it go live. I'll just take the video. Actually, yeah, because the video is actually going to be saved into my phone first, so I can just do it that way and then just. Oh, that's going to be a freaking headache to. Yeah. So that, at least I've got something to do during maintenance tomorrow. Yay! But anyway, so I'm struggling to decide to use Tindy or Hugh below decks on Voyager as you only have 2 slots. Hugh, all day long, Damien. Hugh, go for the criticals. I'd probably say only use Tindy when it comes to probably PvP more to give you that extra hull, but grinding hostiles as well when you've actually got more slots available. I'd probably say at least 4 slots available on your ship would be the best option. But yeah, so right, so this is what we get now. What these travel tokens are for: used to travel to deeper systems in the Delta Quadrant. Ooh. And as you can see as well, I've also got my refund of my deuterium canisters. So what we can actually do is we can actually go out and actually, you know, kill a few more 8472 just to build up my exotic toxins a little bit more. So, but while we're here, we're going to make use of the nodes and actually get them. And I'm actually going to put the silver blood tag avatar in. If we can find it, there it is. Oh yeah, it definitely was. It's definitely worth it, especially getting those canisters back to actually do my thing. Go out and get more targets. So now I'm gonna kind of guess that you can only do this once, as a guess, but then I'm not 100% sure. Oh! Go on then. I'm definitely gonna go take that. No questions about that. Use Tindy all the time, and it is the first one you load on, especially on a new ship. Yes, you could actually use it on a new ship, because obviously they've only got the 1 slot. So boosting your whole health for its early days. Yeah, I definitely would. That's definitely a good idea. I definitely can't say no to that kind of an idea. But yeah, in ugh, heh. In the end, it comes down to how you want to load your crews out. I mean, you can, yeah, and you can put things there. So right, that's way too far back. So I've just realised that the screen next to me has actually got the live stream that we're doing right now. And if okay, so I'm gonna have to go back there. So what I'm gonna do is gonna wait, see if I can actually see this number come up. If it's just a name, then that'll be absolutely fine. But yeah, so we're gonna mine this. So has anyone got any questions that they want to ask? Any ideas that they want to bring up? I'm obviously quite happy to entertain different ideas. Part of me really wants to kill those two mines. Oh. All I can say to that one, you bitch. A rare node. Oh. Can't believe that just popped up there. Ah, there we go. Found the area it's in. So if I... Alright, there we go. So I've just... Right, so according to that now, I've just gone off to get my son. I don't even know what's woke him up tonight. When I checked him, when I came back up earlier, he was actually sound asleep. So we're going to go mine these. Obviously, the more... If you find these nodes appearing or... that I'd definitely say mine them if you've not gone to these systems yet. Absolutely worth it. So how long until I've got right, so warp tokens I've got till Friday morning, and rare anomaly I've still got like 6 days. Gave up trying for the silver blood and mine material. Yeah. Voyager mining crew, Mavery, both stones, 2 vital on. Yeah, I've not got Mavery yet. I've heard people saying about using Mavery. Oh, just missed it on the screen. Ah, yeah, right. It's just the name that's come up. That's fine. So there's no actual number there. So I'm happy with that. Don't need to worry too much about it. Besides, with the number of views that my live streams get, I don't think many people watch the whole stream. So I know Lube likes to listen into my full stream. See what blundering words I can come up with this time. Was it tin 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 last week? So obviously when he listens to that, I'm sure I'll get a kick out of that one. Or Dzoc. Or did I call him Dayzoc or something like that? I can't remember which one it was. Yeah. So let's have a quick look at Mavery. And then I'll be able to tell you how long it'll be before I get him. Why did Havina come up? Oy vey last week. Right, so Mavery. I'm 47 shards away from getting, so that's another 47 days for me. Obviously, it's going to be a lot sooner because it's not going to take me 47 days to finish off the syndicate. But hasty extraction, increasing material mining by 100%. Obviously, that's going to go up with officer abilities. And the secret cargo is 40% increase. So we're looking at 40% for that one. So now then, where is he? 2 of 11. And we'll do it this way because we'll be able to find him through the Borg way. And we just passed the Borg drones. Yes, we passed the Borg drones. And there we go. So mine's tier 2 at current. And oh yeah, okay. So right, so he's going to give me an extra 5%. Yeah, 50 days. Yeah, I know that feeling, Joseph. But yeah, so 5% increase. Yeah, I mean, but then again, a 5% increase. I mean, that's yeah. They're both captain's abilities as well, aren't they? So yeah, I definitely would take that extra 5%. Absolutely. And then obviously have him on for another ship with a bit of synergy. So now my syndicate XP currently stands at loading times 15,000. So 155,000. Bloody hell. Right, so let's do a little bit of math on this one. So get 4,500 from the Mantis refinery every day. I get 500 on my dailies. And I'm sure I get an extra. I'm sure I get some extra Syndicate XP, but I can't remember where from. Oh my god. Mantis. Dailies. Oh yeah, yeah. 500 in here as well. Bloody hell. So that's how much I get a day. 5,500. So if we went with 155,674 and then we divide it by that, 29 days. So 29 days and I will be able to unlock Mavery. Because obviously my next one is level 27. Oh, I get an extra officer preset as well. Woohoo! But officer stat bonus as well. So, right, give me a second. Oh, you didn't actually say that. Come on then, bud. Right, come on then. Come and say hi to everybody. Are you not crying this time? Oh! So my son's come back to say hi to everybody because he's decided tonight he wants to sleep in Daddy's bed. So often when I save a new preset, it deletes the second to last one. Yeah, I've noticed that one too, Harmonica. So it's a pain in the ass trying to remember which ones I've got. I'd have to do a decades and write everything down about what presets I've got away. I might actually think about doing a complete overhaul on my presets as well. So unless you do a double pulls of the syndicates from the Mantis refinery, yeah, I always do the double pull card. It gives me the most 4,500. It gives me every single day. So, but anyway, I best go put this little tyke to bed so he can get some sleep. So with it being 20 past 11, so what I'm going to do is, I believe Voyager's still out here, and we'll fall. So let's just give this one last attempt. Is it going to work? And no, it's not going to work. So either it doesn't proc again once you've already done it, and yeah, over that, or there's a good delay on it. So with that all being said, I better run, get this one to sleep. Thank you all for joining me on the unusual night. Hopefully next week we're back on the normal Tuesday night. But in the meantime, I'm Admiral Pegasus. This is the Pegasus Show. Thank you for joining me. Live long and prosper, and I shall catch you on the next video. Goodbye.